All right, yesterday was interesting. We had we had gold down pretty big. Then we had the markets up. I mean, kind of makes sense that they work in opposite directions. It's been the case for a while. But what was really interesting is gold was down and silver was up because silver's been following the markets quite a lot. And yesterday was definitely a day where that happened. So gold down and silver up. The silver miners were weak, dragged down a little bit by gold, but overall up because of the markets and because of the silver. So here's the markets, ran into resistance clearly. This was obvious. Close like near low of day. I feel like we're going to close the gap and maybe stay red today. So it's going to be sideways until we basically, well, this is converging. It's like it's getting tight. So within this little triangle here, this pennant is going to break out or break down. I reckon break down more likely. So the dollar we don't really care about. It was sort of, you know, just bouncing like we've bounced from 98. Now we're going to hold this and we'll see what happens. But normally it's been going down with the markets. So that'll be interesting. But anyway, let's look at gold. So gold, and by the way, gold's bouncing quite a lot today. We'll see if the market goes down. Gold maybe holds its gains. But yeah, we kind of hit support. For me, this was support. I mean, yeah, that's basically the same thing. So it hit support and bounce strong off that. Gold will be strong. So the dips are to be bought. I didn't buy gold. I just hold gold. It's all about the miners. Let's check out silver before looking at the miners. So gold was down heavy and silver was up heavy. That's so rare. I understand why it happened. Not many things make sense, but I feel like I understand that one. It's really if the market's up, well, silver goes in the markets, it's industrial metal, and then gold goes down because it's been going up like crazy as the market goes down. But not only because the market's going down. It's just going up because it needs to be re-rated, re-priced, and it belongs way higher because of inflation and fear and blah blah blah. It's like a volatility indicator too. The miners though, so the miners, well, GDXJ down. All right, that's a gold mining ETF. Juniors, for me, it's a mid-tier ETF. So down because gold went down, it hit support perfectly, right? The first support zone bounced off that just like gold. So you got the pre-gap fill and the post-gap fill. I'm not really sure if it's there or it's really there. I mean, gap fill would be there, but I feel like that's more of a, prior resistance, so therefore support. I'll leave that there. I still feel like we're going to close this gap, even though gold's up strong today. So GDXJ should bounce today if the holds gain. GDX is the same as GDXJ. Ah, that filled the gap perfectly. Huh, that's nice. This worked quite well, all these support and resistance levels. SIL, the senior SIL, that was down. That's interesting, right? So that's supposed to be up, you could say. And that was down. Kind of makes sense. Not down much, right? I mean, it was down less than gold. So outperformance, but then again, silver was up quite a lot. So kind of still makes sense. Also kind of hit support in the gap zone. Nice to see. Still J weaker makes, I don't know if that makes sense actually. No, sorry, that was up. So yeah, but still, I mean, kind of almost hit support. So, but I mean, look, still J up not even 1% with silver up like 3%, right? So you can see it's dragged down by gold also. So the miners were weak. I would say the silver miners were weak versus silver. Gold obviously extremely weak compared to silver. All right, let's check out portfolio. Newmont, beautiful technicals, bounced on the second, so gap fill completely done, closed at the next level. So that's resistance. Do we go up here? I don't know. Let's see. I think you need to give this a bit of time. Did I buy the dip? Yes, I did. I bought the gold producers, the best of the best, because they were the ones that were red. And honestly, they were red like -4, 5% at the open. So I nibbled. I nibbled on Newmont, Barrick, Agnico, Wheaton, I Am Gold, and not Franco-Nevada. I think there was one other. No, it was just those five. These top four plus I Am Gold. So Newmont, there you go. Very nice. Let's see what happens. Gold's up strong, so it should go up, maybe fill the gap again. But it's kind of, let's see which way it goes because gold going all the way back up to new highs. I don't know. We've seen a bit too much of that. I prefer gold to sort of go sideways and even go back and test its lows. But what gold does doesn't mean the miners will necessarily do it. Let's see how the market influences the miners. So Newmont, there you go. It's like perfect technicals, Barrick Gold. That was particularly weak. I bought that dip. I mean, that really gap down there. That was I said anything under 19 is a damn good buy, so I just bought I think I bought at 19 or something, or 18.90. I forgot there was a 9 in there. But there you go, bought that dip. Let's see what happens. Does it go up back here? Does this become resistance today? But gold's up quite a lot. So Agnico, strong at first support, bought that dip. Not much. I was nibbling because we're still way, way up. Not just Agnico, but everywhere. Gold and therefore GDX to some extent. So, I mean, that'll probably go up again today and like almost hit new highs probably. It's so strong. Pan American Silver, I didn't buy that because that wasn't down that much, even though it's a silver miner, to be honest. I think it's mines more gold, but still kind of hit its first support. Well, that's what I thought was support. I guess it went a little bit low, but it's come down quite a bit. So didn't nibble that though. Wheaton, pretty strong, let's be honest. Um, I mean, that was down, I think 3 or 4% also. So that was nibbled on. I guess real support is now there. This one can go actually. So that'll be interesting to watch. Franco Nevada, I didn't buy that because it wasn't down too much, at least by the time I looked at it. I mean, that's still pretty strong, isn't it? Think about it, gold down like at 1.3% or something, and you've got Franco Nevada down 1.5%. So the miners outperformed the metal, definitely, the gold miners. So that was nice to see. Didn't nibble that one. Metalla didn't touch that one. I don't really want to touch that one until it goes all the way down there. That was relatively strong for Metalla, down 1.5% with gold down more. So holding, impressive for Metalla. Then if we look at the silver miners, like First Majestic was all the way down here. Now silver was up strong. So, this is sensitive to silver more than anything else. So yeah, it had an up day, but weak. Silver's up almost 3% or something, and First Majestic's up 1.5 by the close. And the market's up. Obviously it's dragged down by gold, but you'd expect First Majestic to be up way more. And to be honest, some of the silver miners were up quite decently. We'll get to that also. But First Majestic, I would say, was quite weak. But at least it's held its first support zone. Fortuna, perfect on support. Yeah, that was resistance. This is kind of support. Yeah, perfect. Hit it quite nicely, bounced, but still up 1.5% with silver up that much more. Underperformed also, but hit the technical as well. CDE, all right, maybe I got lucky on that one. That's halfway point. So that was okay. Up 2% when silver's up more. That's weak, especially for CDE. I mean, if silver's up 3%, you should be getting CDE up 7 or something. So, but another one that closed at low of day, the day before. So at least it's sort of stabilized. After that, you got Heckler, just pretty similar. Although that had a nice move. I didn't notice that. That becomes your level now. That had a nice move. Closed pretty high, but still by the close up 3%. Underperformed silver, but at least a bit better than the other ones that we've looked at. EXK had a very nice bounce. Same sort of chart pattern. It was weakened, come down more, but at least that one was up 4% by the close. Also closed near high of day like Heckler. But to get all the way back up there, you need silver to like break out and almost hit its old 34 levels. You'd expect, these stocks to be all the way up here by then. Do they really follow the markets that much? I mean, it's either a huge buying opportunity or when the market comes down, they're just going to flush to new lows. Both wouldn't surprise me, even though they're opposite scenarios. Mag Silver, that's pretty good actually. Okay, only up 3.5% with silver up the same, but still closing a high of day. Nice reversal. That's like bullish engulfing, to be honest. But we know that to go all the way up there, you need quite a lot to happen. Aris Mining, these are back to being gold miners, but that's pretty good. That did not come down that much at all, actually. So that was quite impressive. That's quite a good holding its highs, and to be honest, it's just taken out serious resistance. So to sort of consolidate, go sideways here, builds for a nice pump to 6, even if gold doesn't make new highs. This one looks like it wants to continue higher. Oh yeah, I am gold. I bought this one. This down came down quite a lot right at the open. It's like down 7% or something. When I saw that seven, I thought, okay, you nibble. All right, you've got Agnico down five. I am gold down seven. I think it can come down more, but you've got to nibble that. That's quite a big move, and they're already underrated because versus gold they should be way way higher. So it was the first nibble, light stuff, but I couldn't not take action. So that was nice. I feel like it was hitting the second level of support. The real first level would have been here, but I had little steps on the way. It was hard to call for I am gold, but I didn't even look at the chart. Minus 7% in BT gold didn't touch, but you can see that filled the gap. That's nice. Perfect stuff. That's probably on next level now. Fill the gap that it's just created. Didn't touch it. I've got enough in it, and it's not the best stock. There's a bit of extra risk that the others don't have, so just let it do its thing. Equinox gapped lower, closed at maybe what should be resistance. Didn't come down too much. Didn't buy that. That's a stock I really want to add to, but sorry, that's not enough. But still, they didn't do that bad. They were down the same as gold, so they should be down like three or four times the amount. SBSW surprised me. I thought that'd be really sensitive and go down, but you had other metals up. So it was really strange. It's very rare that you see gold miners down, silver miners up. Extremely rare, but it kind of made sense. And also pre-market though, it was kind of you could see it. Silver was up 3%, gold was down 2%, so you could see. I just wanted to see how they really reacted, and in the end, it made sense. But I think what really is important now is what the S&P does. What the markets, and I think they've hit resistance that closed near low of the day. We've had some earnings. Earnings is gonna move the markets too, but I feel like we're gonna go sideways to down, and you just got to recognize that this is a serious level. Like this is definitely correct, and this descending I think also is correct, and it adds to the resistance you have here. And you may have a false breakout. It's all about do you close on a daily basis outside of this, and I don't think you will. And I think we need to retest the lows, and I think that means silver miners are going to be weak and they could come down even more, even though they're so cheap compared to gold. So maybe gold miners go up and silver miners go down. All right, good luck.